I'd now like to welcome Archon President Mike Lucas to the stage to present the Wilkinson Award given to the most outstanding senior in Phi Gamma Delta.
Good afternoon, brothers and guests. First awarded in 1961, the Wilkinson Award is presented annually to Phi Gamma Delta's most outstanding senior. It is done in memory of Cecil J. Scoop Wilkinson, coincidentally of Ohio Wesleyan class of 1917, who served the fraternity as executive director and magazine editor from 1923 to 1959. Brothers, this year's winner is truly an embodiment of what it means to be a brother in Phi Gamma Delta. He was a founding father of the Theta Deuteron colony when the fraternity recolonized at Ohio Wesleyan in April of 2012. He served as scholarship chairman, brotherhood chairman, website administrator, and co-chaired the university's 2013 Heritage Day, which is a celebration of the entire Ohio Wesleyan Greek organizations. This brother earned a double major in international studies in French, finishing with a 3.95, yes, you heard right, 3.95 cumulative GPA. He's fluent in English and French, was admitted to 5 honor societies, including Phi Beta Kappa, received numerous awards at Ohio Wesleyan, including being named the university's candidate for the Rhodes Scholar in 2015. To go along with all these accomplishments and recognition, he also has an impressive work resume. This includes an internship during the summer of 2013 in Nigeria in the office of the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, doing research work on the upcoming presidential election in 2015. Going beyond all this, the GPA, the accomplishments, this is how the dean of students at Ohio Wesleyan described this brother. He's very well known on campus for his warm personality, fun, spirit, and strong academic ability. He does not know a stranger, and folks always walk away from an interaction with him feeling better than before. Brothers, please welcome Memme Onwudiwe to the stage and congratulate him on being the Wilkinson Award winner for 2015.
Hello, everyone. My name is Memme Onwudiwe, a brother of Theta Deuteron chapter at Ohio Wesleyan University. Firstly, on the pronunciation of my name, it's quite simple. For the first part, it's like the month of May twice, May. And for my last name, imagine that I have a house on a hypothetical street called Woody Way. I live on Woody Way. It's pronounced just like that. I'd like to firstly thank everyone at FIJI headquarters for making something like this possible. Those who I've had direct contact with, Bill Martin, Rob Caudill, Virginia Miller, the field secretary, Hayes McLeod, and all those other icons and those working behind the scenes to make situations like this possible. I'd also like to thank my brothers, the Ohio Wesleyan University, the Theta Deuteron chapter, who in 3 short years have taught me more than I thought I could ever know, and helped me grow in ways I didn't believe possible. And also another special thanks to an incredible Purple Legionnaire, Dan Bennington, who's in attendance today, who very much has held the hand of our chapter during this incredible time of growth for us. He is one of many graduate brothers who I'd like to thank, but I would like to hold my comments and address their incredible levels of support until later on in this speech. What I would like to do today is go through my 3 years at Ohio Wesleyan, and within each year I held a leadership position. And as all you may know, being leaders at your respective chapters, you can learn a lot doing one term as a leader in Phi Gamma Delta. So I've chosen 2 lessons that I've learned each year that I thought were important to pass on to all of you guys. But firstly, let me set the scene of Ohio Wesleyan and Phi Gamma Delta at it when I arrived. My freshman year of Ohio Wesleyan, At that time, Phi Gamma Delta on campus had closed its doors for 4 years. It had been a long time without anyone there. But the sophomore year, we had two incredible representatives in Brett Pytel and Josh Moore, who many of you may know. Very great guys, always smartly dressed. They chose a group of founding fathers based on their character and academics, and we ended up with a very diverse group of brothers with little in common. And in a situation like this, especially when we didn't have a house where we could all live together, it was very easy to devolve into cliques and whatnot. On our first year, we had the task of defining who we were on campus, what we wanted to be, what we wanted to accomplish. And with this came some opportunities. One of them was to create any committee out of our own imagination. And two brothers, me and a fellow brother, Kyle Hendershot, took this opportunity. My idea for a committee was a health committee. It was a committee which would educate brothers on nutritional values, guide brothers on how to safely navigate through college in coordination with risk management, would organize workout groups so brothers outside varsity sports could use it as an outlet for fitness and bonding. Kyle's idea was for a committee that would educate brothers in the art of chivalry. It was cornerstoned by a Build a Better Fiji program that entailed educational presentations to teach brothers, among other skills, how to tie a tie, proper dining etiquette, the do's and don'ts of courtship, and other valuable necessary skills that one needs to become a gentleman. Coincidentally, he also dubbed this committee the Health Committee. So you could imagine the surprise on our face the next week when we had both heard that we would be co-chairing a committee called the Health Committee, which we both thought we had independently thought up of. As you can imagine, we had very different goals and motivations for this committee. My idea of health focused on physical aspects, while his focused on behavior. But we quickly learned that these differences could be reconciled if we worked hard enough. And this brings me to the first lesson I learned this year, which is what I think was the key to the Health Committee's success, and that's listening. And there are two keys to listening. Firstly, always let the person you are speaking with finish their thought. It doesn't matter if you think they're wrong, if you think they're speaking unclearly, or maybe even if you think it's a bit stupid. Give them a chance to finish their thought and to finish what they are trying to express, and expect that you are given the same courtesy. But of course, all of that means nothing if you're not actually hearing what the person is saying. Too many times, conversations devolve into people smiling and nodding and just waiting for their turn to speak. You need to be an active listener. And to quote the Dalai Lama, when you talk, you're only repeating what you know. But when you listen, you may learn something new. And this will bring me to the second lesson I learned this year. And this lesson, I learned the hard way. And that is, I know one of our mottos is knowledge, fraternity, self. And sometimes that's hard to put into action. As you may imagine, with that being our first year on campus, we were struggling to maintain the committees that we had to have by bylaws alone. And the next president, Ryan Kaplan, when he came, one of his first moves was to disband the Health Committee. And as you can tell, me and Kyle we protested that decision. But what he did was in the best interests of the fraternity, because even though me and Kyle had put a lot of hard work into that committee, our individual efforts did not trump what the core objectives of that fraternity was, and the core objectives at that time were to charter and to become a chapter, and that got in the way of it. And although I protested that decision, I do see now that that's in the best interests of the fraternity, and sometimes it's okay to step back if it's for the core interests of your fraternity. My second year, I was the scholarship chairman at Ohio Wesleyan. And these next lessons are more about how to manage a group, something that many of you guys here would probably be thinking about doing. At Ohio Wesleyan at the time, there was Alpha Sig, this fraternity which was known as the intellectual fraternity, often topping the charts by multiple tenths of a percent GPA-wise. I'm happy to tell you that that semester and the following semester, Phi Gamma Delta rose to the top of the scholarship, attaining at one point a 3.38 semester GPA. I deserve no thanks to this, as that was only achieved by the hard work of our brothers. But there are a few lessons I think we can take from how that was achieved. And first among that is how to target incentives. That year, we began a scholarship banquet. But the idea of the scholarship banquet that I was hoping to bring was not only to motivate the top, but also to motivate the bottom. So, what we did was we had awards for not only the top 3 people who had the highest GPA, but also those who had the highest jump in semester GPA. That way, those with the lowest semester GPA felt that they were in the best position to get money the next year if they just do the hardest work. And we made sure to make that money value equal. And you may be wondering, because it was about $100 to first place, $75 to second place, $50 to third, that's a good amount of money. And let me tell you, this, like everything else we did, could not have been possible without generous graduate support. The Graduate Brothers at Ohio Wesleyan not only gave their own academic awards to the highest cumulative GPA students at Pig Dinner, they also matched not only the AAA scholarship bonus, they matched whatever budget we gave to the scholarship committee to make sure that brothers were motivated to achieve scholarly success. One other award we gave out at the banquet was to the brother who donated the most books to our donation program. That way, because books, as you guys may know, are incredibly expensive these days. And for a brother to give up a book for the sake of future brothers, instead of getting $5, $10, $15 by selling it quickly on Amazon, I did believe should be recognized. And the second lesson I learned that year was about the importance of creativity and the personal touch. And this might just be one of my own little quirks, but I do find something like this very important. For example, at that banquet, we created a logo. We made it the first annual. For that book program that we talked about, we dubbed it the Library of Phi Gamma. We even had a program of brothers tutoring other brothers, which we called Professor FIJI. And that year, we went back and we revamped actually I took this initiative upon myself to revamp the Big Brother program. And what we did was, being founding fathers, I saw a unique opportunity to incentivize recruitment through the Big Brother program. So what we did was we gave everyone a family. So mine was the Onwudiwe clan. For example, brother Andrew Pang, it was the Pang dynasty, and things like that. And because everyone had a family, and they knew that that family would grow on through the recruits, everyone wanted to recruit, because if you didn't have a little brother, your family was dead. And it just came, and that's just another point of incentivizing, but to go to the creativity, to a little something extra, not only did we just keep that in some type of Google Doc, we went online, found old browned paper, we went and downloaded an old Elizabethan font, and then printed it at the top, so then whenever people would go and sign their names onto it, it would feel historic, feel a little special. And things like this, all of those programs probably would have been just as successful if we didn't add those little details, but there's importance in those details. It's important to go above and beyond, even when no one expects it of you, because you believe that it's the right thing to do, and you think you can make it better in that way. And thirdly, my final year on campus, I was the head of the Brotherhood Committee. And the main focus of that year, it started with just the little guys joking around that maybe we should host a FIFA tournament just between the boys, you know? And, we were starting to work on that. And then IFC came, and they had a grant. And that grant was open to any campus fraternity who had an idea to do an event that would bring all the Greek community together. So we went, won the grant from IFC, and then hosted an interfraternal FIFA tournament. And let me tell you, as easy as that sounds, it was not. We had to have a tournament of 25 just within the Fraternity to find who our 4 qualifiers would be. We had a non-Greek tournament, so non-Greeks could be invited. And each non-Greek student was sponsored by local businesses who wanted to sponsor that because the winner of the tournament would have money go to their selected charity. And at the end of the day, we raised $700 for the Red Cross out of a Brotherhood event. And I think the best part about it wasn't just playing with ourselves. It was going with guys. It was bringing the Greek community together as a whole and just having fun with everyone. In the final was in a movie theater, and we had commentators, interfraternal commentators based on who was playing in the games, commentating the games, having a great time, renting everything out. And I think it's important to be involved in your campus community. You should not be looking inwards, you should always be looking outwards, especially in the 21st century. Being on top and being in charge, it's not about being on the top of a pyramid anymore. It's about being in the center, being hyper-connected, being networked. That's what it means to be successful in the 21st century, I believe. And the second lesson that I took from that year is a simple one. It's have fun. And I don't just mean everyone having parties and that. I mean you guys as leaders at the top, all of you, should be smiling. You should be passionate. You should be having fun. Because if you are, that will reverberate throughout your chapter. To take a page out of Mike's book, you guys are the courageous leaders of your chapter. And you guys need to be showing passion and need to be showing strength at all times, because if not, the rest of the chapter will take its cues from you, okay? So always smile, always keep a positive attitude, please. And finally, I would be remiss if I did not talk and speak to the importance of this specific award to the Theta Deuteron chapter at Ohio Wesleyan University. Cecil Wilkinson is one of many great brothers at Ohio Wesleyan, that come from Ohio Wesleyan University. And I hope that he would be proud that for the second time in history, after Derek Dickey in 1997, the award is going back to the Wilkinson Lodge, which, may I add, for the first time this decade, this academic year, is being inhabited by its historic owners, the Theta Deuteron chapter of Ohio Wesleyan University. Among the other great alumni from Ohio Wesleyan are Wilkinson, Charles Fairbanks, Philip C. Ebeling, Doug Dittrich, Matt Dixon, the immortal Jack McKenney. We truly stand on the shoulders of giants at Ohio Wesleyan, and it is because of their legacy and support that I have the opportunity to humbly accept this award today. But it is because of their character, hard work, and dedication to the ideals of Phi Gamma Delta that I can truly declare wholeheartedly that I'm proud to be a Fiji. Thank you very much for your time.
Brothers, the part of the award for the Wilkinson Award is a scholarship from the Educational Foundation that specifically comes from the Richard D. McCormick Leadership Award to the Wilkinson Award winner. And this year, May is receiving $2,000 for his graduate school, which he's going to be.
I'm going to be attending law school next year.
Going to be attending law school. And so we congratulate you not only on your speech today, but also for representing Phi Gamma Delta so well. And again, congratulations, and congratulations on the check as well as the scholarship.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. We appreciate it.
Thank you.